I'm done. So next segment here, we're going to bring you the first of several members of the original Battlestar Galactica show. A couple of cast members that we interviewed that were at the show, that Larry interviewed, I should say, that was at the show. One of the greatest sci-fi shows next to like Star Trek and Lost in Space. It was up with that kind of show following, and spoofed a couple of series, Battlestar, Galactica 80, I think it was called. Whew, that was a good one. Anyways, a lot of the cast members wouldn't come back to the show because it didn't have like the original theme or whatever, so some of the cast members didn't come back for that. But we got the original cast members here from Battlestar Galactica. Now, if you can remember what the character's name was, there's a trivia question for you before we get to it. Anne Lockhart is our next interview. Anne Lockhart was one of the Battlestar Galactica characters. So what we're asking you is, do you remember what her character's name was on Battlestar Galactica? She's going to tell you during the interview, so it kind of blows the question. But if you know, there's 10 points for you. Okay, here we go with Anne Lockhart.
Hey everybody, I'm Larry Snowden again. This time I am with Anne Lockhart from the Motor City Con. I'm here with Anne Lockhart from Battlestar Galactica. Anne, how are you today?
I'm doing great. I'm having such a wonderful time.
That's great to hear. Now we're going to ask you a little bit, as a lot of people out there know, your mom is June Lockhart. What was it like growing up with a famous mom?
Well, it was, I'll wait here until this incredibly loud loudspeaker is finished.
Yeah, it's always fun when we do these shows. We always get the loudspeaker people, and we find out who wins a lot of prizes this way, actually. And Bob Johnson from Dearborn, you won a bike. Please pick it up. It's actually kind of fun. But what was it like having a famous mom?
Well, it was perfectly normal for me. I really didn't have anything else to compare it to. I just had a working mom who left the house to go to the studio before I got up for school and came home around 7:30 at night. But, my upbringing was really pretty normal. We lived in the same house and I went to the same school. And, we were kind of home every weekend, just hanging around the backyard, that kind of stuff.
Okay, so actually it was a very nice, almost idyllic upbringing for you then.
It was wonderful. I had a great childhood.
Now, what did you do before you got on to Battlestar Galactica? I mean, give us a couple of parts or a little bit of acting experience before you got on there.
Well, I'd done several films and quite a bit of television. I actually had done 2 episodes of The Hardy Boys, which is how I came to the attention of Glenn Larson, which is how I ended up in Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, wow. So actually that's good then. I mean, they got noticed and got into a weekly series. Now, unfortunately, Battlestar Galactica only lasted 1 season, but here you are at conventions, and it seems like it's still going strong. The interest, the admiration, and the love that people have for the show and for its characters is just amazing. How does this make you feel, I mean, to be so revered by people?
Well, I only kind of started doing conventions like within the last 2 years or so. I did a few many years back, but I'm amazed at how many people, I'm amazed at what the show meant to people, what kind of an effect it had on people, particularly the character of Sheba. I'm constantly discovering and being told by women how much of a role model I was for them as young girls, and it's really a wonderful feeling.
It makes you feel all warm inside. That's actually great. Now, what have you done since Battlestar Galactica?
Boy, lots. Most recently, I had a recurring role on Kung Fu, The Legend Continues. I had a recurring role on The Bold and the Beautiful. And I was on an episode of Promised Land a couple of weeks ago. I have a Walker, Texas Ranger that I think should be rerunning around now. It aired last November, and I just finished a film called Bugbusters with Randy Quaid and George Takei and James Doohan that has not come out yet.
Actually, we interviewed George Takei before. Tell us a little bit about Bugbusters and your role in it.
Well, it's a movie about cockroaches. And these giant cockroaches kind of take over this lovely idyllic mountain town. And my husband, who is played by Bernie Kopell, who's a wonderful actor, and I and our daughter, who is Katie Heigl, who is Steven Seagal's daughter in Under Siege, we all moved to this mountain town and buy this lovely hunting lodge, bed and breakfast kind of a place. And then the bugs start coming, and actually I die. I get eaten by the cockroaches while I'm in bed rolling around making mad love to my husband, Bernie Kopell. And we both die from cockroach death.
What a way to go, though, you know? Kind of like it's a yay boo thing, guys, is all I can say. But we appreciate the time that you spent with us, Ms. Lockhart. I mean, it means a lot to us. We thank you so much, and we wish you the best of luck and the greatest success. And hopefully we'll be seeing you again sometime soon.
I hope so, too. Thank you very much.
Thank you. This has been Ann Lockhart.